As an institution that has been positively impacting the community for more than 92 years, it's very important for Phoenix College to uphold the highest standards in all that we do, and sustainability and being green is very important to us. Going green is so important at Phoenix College because we are committed to being a responsible community member and a good neighbor, and that entails being careful stewards of the environment that we all share. So we actively take steps to promote a healthy, quality environment. We are in a position to influence others, students, faculty, staff, and community members. Our actions in terms of being environmentally conscious will be noted and hopefully emulated by the thousands of people who spend time on our campus every year.
Probably the number one thing in terms of sustainability is the fact that anytime you reuse a building, that gives you high marks in sustainability, because instead of demolishing the building and starting over, we're actually reusing the space, and so there's a lot less waste that goes to the landfill. And we've done that really as a master plan for the Hanley Center project, both reusing the original Hanley Center as well as the cafeteria, and now as the student union. So that's probably the number one thing. Also, as we go through and do our design, we want to use products that are sustainable as much as possible, but also provide us with long-term durability and ease of maintenance, as well as we want to conserve energy any way we can. So any device that we use in the building is thoughtfully chosen based on how much water it will save, how much energy it will save.
Phoenix College and the Maricopa Community College District are committed to sustainable practices. The Information Technology Department at Phoenix College supports these efforts in a variety of ways. For example, here in the Computer Commons in the basement of our library, the Information Technology Department has replaced over 200 computers with ENERGY STAR compliant machines that use half of the power of their predecessors.
As a signatory of the American College and University President's Climate Commitment, PC has committed to 3 tangible commitments. First, establish a policy that all new campus construction will be built to at least the U.S. Green Building Council's LEED certified level or equivalent. Second, we'll adopt an energy-efficient appliance purchasing policy requiring the purchases of ENERGY STAR products in all areas for which such ratings exist. And lastly, to encourage the use and provide access to public transportation for all faculty, staff, students, and visitors at our institution.
We build everything to LEED level certified. So certified is the lowest level of LEED, and that's a district mandate that we have to build it to that level. However, we do not do the LEED, the actual LEED certification. So we build it to that level based on their point system, but we don't actually hire them to do the commissioning, if you will.
IT has done a number of things to support sustainability initiatives here at Phoenix College. Through the technology plan, we've developed a number of initiatives that support sustainable practices with respect to technology. For example, the systems that we're purchasing are all ENERGY STAR compliant. That means they consume much less power than the systems they're replacing. All of the computers on campus are able to print a PDF, which saves paper and consumables. It's also easier to store, search, and save PDF files. So it adds convenience while at the same time reducing the amount of consumables that we're using here at the college. In addition to that, the current computers that we're buying use a fraction of the energy of their predecessors. For example, this year's model used 75% less energy than the computers that they're replacing. In addition to that, we've deployed power-saving settings on almost all of the devices on campus. Our computers are set to automatically shut down, the projectors shut down, our television shut down, the monitors go to sleep, the hard drives spin down. All of these things reduce the amount of power that our systems consume so that we're not wasting energy when they're not in use.
In terms of costs, it does cost more to build to LEED standards, but the college does expect to see savings based on the design and the materials used. For example, when we renovated the Hanley Center, we installed a solar system on the building and a high-efficiency air conditioning system. Over time, the savings we realize will far exceed the cost to install. In addition, as we perform demolition, we separate out all of the metals and woods, and that costs more as well.
In an additional effort to save energy, we installed a 130 kilowatt photovoltaic solar system on the roof of the cafeteria. We're able, obviously, to use the abundant light that we have here in Arizona to help shed and offset some of the power that we would consume in the building.
Well, I think there are a number of things that we can continue to do to reduce the amount of energy that we're consuming and the consumables that we use. For example, we've deployed a number of systems that move things from paper-based processes to digital processes. For example, we've replaced over 30 fax machines in the Hanley Center and other buildings that reduced in 11,000 digital faxes in a single semester versus all of those faxes having been paper on both ends of the transaction previously. It's also more convenient for people. Those faxes are now available in their email. They can scan in a document and keep a copy of it and then send it out as a digital fax. So that's one of the things that we've done. In addition to that, we've done work group printing. Work group printing means that instead of each individual having their own printer, a few people share a nearby printer. That reduces the amount of consumables, ink, and toner that we use. It reduces power consumption because now we have fewer devices that are running. And in addition to that, it reduces the cost of maintenance because there are fewer devices to break down that need to be taken care of. So in lots of ways that saves the college money, but it also helps us in terms of reducing our energy consumption and consumables.
Certainly we are now and have been for many years active in recycling. So we recycle cardboard, plain paper, and mixed recycle, which can be anything like plastic water bottles, tin cans, things like that. We actually get revenue from our plain paper recycling program as well as our cardboard recycling. Our mixed recycling, we actually pay to have it taken away.
And this is our first dumpster dive event at Phoenix College. And what we did is we gathered trash on the campus for a 24-hour period, and then we dumped it in Sophomore Square.
Students and staff are helping out. We're putting recyclables in the blue bags and garbage in the black bags. Recyclables are glass, paper, cardboard, and plastic bottles. We're finding that we have tons of recyclables going into the garbage. This is a mixed product. I would do this. I do take the time to do this.
And the purpose of this event is twofold. Number one, we hope to raise awareness about how much trash this campus generates in just one day. And also we get an assessment of how well we are recycling. Last year we started an enhanced recycling program, and this is kind of our audit to see how well we're doing. So we hope this will raise awareness, and as a whole campus, it'll make us more aware of how we can make more sustainable efforts and make a bigger impact for the environment.
In the Hanley Center, we really had an opportunity to make a number of important changes that enhanced the sustainability practices. One of the things that we did was we put up digital signage throughout the building. Digital signage means we can advertise things that are going on and put up information for students without having to print paper handouts and flyers. That reduces the amount of ink and paper that we use on campus. It also reduces the clutter and the trash and the waste that build up when all those things are paper. So moving that information to a digital display not only looks very nice, is easily accessible for students, but certainly helps us with respect to sustainability. In addition to that, we deployed a queue list system, and prior to the implementation of the queue list system, lines were managed and students were queued up based on paper lists of what order they were going to serve students as they came up. With queue list, this is all digital now, and so in addition to having more convenience for the students, it reduces again the amount of consumables that we use, and students really like it. They've given us a favorable response on this because they can go wait wherever they'd like to while they're waiting to see an advisor or someone in financial aid or needing to talk to someone in admissions. They can go over to our cafeteria and wait, they can go over to the library, they can study, anything they'd like to do while they're waiting, and then we can conveniently send them a text when it's time for them to be served. So it really respects the students' time and lets them be more efficient, but at the same time it reduces the kind of consumables that the college used to use by handling all of these processes through paper.
Even if you don't have the resources to recycle, like at your work or at school and things, you should always take the initiative to, push like teachers and push your coworkers and bosses to enforce recycling in the business field or on campus, because there's a lot you can do by taking the recycling material home with you and recycling it yourself, because every bit helps, no matter how small.
In the end, my personal goal is to make this college better and more sustainable than how it was when I first started working here.